Welcome to June's Mystery Envelope Challenge. This has become one of my favorite things to do. The Makers with Heart all get together, there's 7 of us, and we're taking turns sending something in an envelope to the other 6 in the group. And this month, Julie sent to us some Cricut cuts in all of the wonderful colors of the Tutti Frutti paper. So when she sent them, I poured them out on my desk, and apparently she had sent them in the right order for that this goes with this and all. But when I poured them out on the desk and was kind of sifting through, I didn't get that. I didn't keep them in order. So I went to my catalog and I looked at the SVG file collection, the digital collection for the Tutti Frutti, and that allowed me to I just tacked all these together. And then as I was thinking about what I wanted to do and I'm packing up my stuff, I found the macaron stamp that said life is better with friends and macarons. And so I thought, oh, I could do something with that. So again, with the catalog as my reference for what colors to use, I grabbed some scraps of lemonade and Capri. Actually, Capri was a brand new sheet because I didn't have any scraps left. And I'm using the slimline cards. It's funny, I had to kind of pack up my office, the very last things that I've been using the last couple months. And so as I was packing these things up, that's where I found the stamp set, and I chose the slimline cards because they were there with the envelopes. I didn't have to go back and unbox something to get envelopes to go with the cards. So I was kind of moved in the direction of creating these slimline cards, and I absolutely love how the project turned out. So Julie's rules this month were really simple. She just asked us to use 3 of the shapes that she sent us. So again, with the lemonade, I went on my cutter, and with my scoring tool, as you can see, I made an embossed line, or I scored a line around the edges of the lemonade, and then I sanded it to show some of the white core through. And I was just trying to give it a frame, kind of elevate it a little bit so that it wasn't so plain. And the reason why I had to do this is I was not unpacking. I love you all, but I was not unpacking my embossing machine because it was packed and toted and marked, and I knew exactly where it was. In fact, our delivery happened yesterday. I made the cards about 10 days ago. I'm doing the voiceover today, but our stuff arrived yesterday, and I have already found my box with my embossing machine on it. So I kind of had to go back old school to figure out how to do these cards. So this sign, Life is Sweeter with Friends and Macarons, I changed to ice cream using the teeny tiny alphabet. So disclaimer, going back, I think I would have done this either as each individual letter, or I would have typed or stamped the word cream first and then added ice, because I just barely had enough room and there wasn't a space between ice and cream. But I think it works. So I need a little bit of more noise in the background of this card. So I'm going to grab my grape shimmer brush here and just do some splatters with my score tool. And while I'm showing you what I'm doing, I'm going to glue this down. You'll see that I'll cut a banner out of that blue Capri kind of as a backdrop for the sentiment. And as you watched me doing that, I'd like to share that we have had a successful transition across to Florida. Our stuff arrived on the moving truck yesterday. We had a great crew of 5 guys that unloaded us, put the stuff back together. The TV people will come today and uncrate the TVs and mount those and set up some of the other bigger items for us. But everything is at the new house, and they were concerned that we were going to run out of garage space because we think we're going to refresh in the kitchen. So all of the kitchen stuff other than food was packed in the garage, along with all of those other miscellaneous boxes that are in the garage, and bicycles and lumber and all of my husband's tools. And they disassembled all the racks that were in the garage in California. So we have kind of those pieces, and we're trying to leave room so that we can set those back up. They assembled 2 of them. We have a couple more that we're not sure we're going to use, so we didn't ask them to assemble those. So anyhow, they were like, oh, there's not going to be enough room, but sure enough, they left off aisleways so I can go down and read what's on the labels on the boxes. They left all the labels out for me. So it was a wonderful experience. We're very, very happy with that. We are still in a apartment provided by my husband's company, and we have this actually through August. It was one of those situations where we didn't think we were going to find a house, so we said yes to the apartment as part of our moving plan, and then we found a house at the end of April. And so it's kind of nice. Our stuff is delivered over there. We still have an apartment. The kids each have a bedroom, and they're just living the good life because there's cable in the apartment and there won't be cable at the house. So now I'm going to switch back to card number 2. So I went and did as you see, the Capri background. And again, because my embossing machine, my die cutting machine is packed, I decided I would use the Perfectly Imperfect pattern stamp. And again, using the colors, the grape, I can't think of all the colors, mulberry, I believe, lemonade, and sage. You might have seen them on the stamp pads. I apologize that I don't have my list here. Life is a little topsy-turvy right now. But I went ahead and used that stamp and did kind of the background stripes. And for me, I don't know, I always see ice cream shops with the bright colors and the neon and the, you know, it's always a catch your eye thing. So now for the third card, how am I going to give some interest to the background? That was more of my challenge, I think, than using the shapes. So once I got past what they were, and I had to contact Julie of, okay, I have this shape and I sent her this picture, and we were both kind of perplexed for a minute, and then she's like, I think it goes behind the ice cream sundae. So once I got past assembling all the different parts that she sent, then it was the challenge of how I'm going to embellish the background. So I really liked this. Now I think this Hello Summer comes from the palm tree stamp. You can kind of just see a little bit of it there to the left on my screen. And last time for Twisted Sisters, I called her Palm Tree Pammy, and I made a girl with a skirt with the umbrella became the skirt of Pammy the palm tree. So here I just have access to some of my embellishments, and this is not close to my heart twine, but just something that someone gifted me, and I'm going to wrap that around because it's in the perfect capri blue color. And it just adds a little bit of fiber and texture to the layout. Gonna add glue to glue these sunglasses down, and we're gonna call this good here soon. So I hope that you go and watch what all the other ladies created with their parts that Julie sent us. She really did give us kind of free reign for me, which was great. I managed, I think, to put together 3 cute cards and tap into some of my old techniques and ways that we used to do crafting. And sometimes I think that's good because it gives us an opportunity, like I said, to revisit, but then integrate the old with the new and come out with something better. So there's my 3 cards, and if you haven't watched my channel much, you might not know that I also like to give a foretaste of what's going to be in the card on my envelope. So I went ahead and did the Perfectly Imperfect pattern in the background with the capri blue, and then just a little hello in purple, and on each of the envelopes I put it in a different place. You could easily interchange those shapes with the pineapple or the ice cream, whatever works for you. Like I said, be sure to go into the description and check out the playlist and the other Makers with Hearts videos and see what they did. I will be unpacking. Check with you soon. Blessings.